Donald Trump just had a disastrous landing in Scotland where he had a complete meltdown on live TV during a press conference. He's there in Scotland, by the way, to promote one of his new golf courses, a vanity project costing the United States taxpayers and Scotland taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. But Donald Trump was grilled on the tarmac and he had a complete meltdown. You can see him panic here. He was asked, were you ever briefed that your name is in the Epstein files? Donald Trump just blatantly lies. We know his name is in the Epstein files. Watch what he says.
Mr. President, were you briefed on your name appearing in the Epstein files ever?
No, I was never briefed. No.
Did you ask how?
What are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell?
Now, the Wall Street Journal reported that the Justice Department told Donald Trump in May that his name is among the many in the Epstein files, based on the efforts and extent to which Donald Trump is lying so blatantly and must be incredibly damning what is in those files. And frankly, what's already been released is incredibly damning based on the documents provided in prior cases to the public. Donald Trump is next asked, what are you hoping that your deputy attorney general, your number 2 at the Department of Justice, what are you hoping he gets out of this meeting with sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell, a felon, a sex trafficker, a known liar? What do you want him to get out of it? Watch what Donald Trump says. Here, play this clip.
What are you hoping Todd Blanche interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you hoping that they get out of that?
I really have really nothing to say about it. She is being talked to by a very smart man, by a very good man, Todd Blanche. And I don't know anything about the conversation. I haven't really been following it. A lot of people are asking me about pardons. Obviously, this is no time to be talking about pardons. But a lot of people have asked about pardon. This is just not a time to be talking about pardons. Todd will come back with whatever he's got. You're making a very big thing over something that's not a big thing. You should be talking about, if you're going to talk about that, talk about Clinton, talk about the former president of Harvard, talk about all of his friends, talk about the hedge fund guys that were with him all the time. Don't talk about Trump. What you should be talking about is the fact that we have the greatest 6 months in the history of a presidency, according to a lot of people. And we had an amazing 6 months. And this is sort of an example of it. Now we're meeting with the European Union, we're also meeting with, as you know, the head of UK.
Oh, you want him to get at it that she speaks about Clinton and she speaks about hedge fund people, but doesn't talk about Trump? That sounds like a damning admission right there indeed. Donald Trump then says the following regarding the Epstein files. He goes, you know what? Why are you all focused on this? He goes, I'm focused on the business of the American people. I don't deal in conspiracy theories. Literally, Donald, your entire brand is conspiracy theories. That's all you do. Folks, whatever is in those files must be frickin' nuclear. Here, play this clip.
We make it.
Did you ask House Republican leaders to not vote on the resolution about releasing the files?
I was never involved in that. I'm focused on making deals. I'm not focused on conspiracy theories that you are. I mean, I watch you people. It's so sad. You ought to talk about the success of our country instead of this nonsense you talk about over and over again.
Then Donald Trump sends his message to Europe, right? He's in Scotland. So what is Donald Trump saying to Europe on behalf of the American people? He goes, stop your windmills, because he is a freaking weirdo. Okay. He is a loser who hates science. By the way, Scotland has its energy needs met and exceeded based on its energy, unlike places in the United States who have defective energy grids. But anyway, here's what Donald Trump says. Let's play it.
Well, I say 2 things to Europe. Stop the windmills. You're ruining your countries. I really mean it. It's so sad. You fly over and you see these windmills all over the place, ruining your beautiful fields and valleys and killing your birds. And if they're stuck in the ocean, ruining your oceans. Stop the windmills. And there's a couple of things I could say, but on immigration, you better get your act together. Or you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together. And we, you know, as you know, last month we had nobody entering our country. Nobody. Shut it down. And we took out a lot of bad people that got there with Biden. Biden was a total stiff. And what he allowed to happen, but you're allowing it to happen to your countries. And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe, many countries in Europe. Some people, some leaders have not let it happen. And they're not getting the proper credit they should. I could name them to you right now, but I'm not going to embarrass the other ones. But stop. This immigration is killing Europe. And the other thing, stop the windmills, killing the beauty of your countries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Then Donald Trump gives carte blanche authority for Israel essentially to brutalize Gaza, because Donald Trump promised that he would get a deal done and end the war in Gaza in 24 hours. But like his promise that he was going to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours, Donald Trump is a freaking liar. Here, play this clip.
Situation in Gaza, we hear very dire warnings about.
I think it's terrible what happened with Hamas. They tapped everybody along, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what response Israel has to that. But it's getting to be that time.
Are you concerned about the images?
And then Donald Trump brags that while he's in Scotland, that he's going to be with his son for a ribbon cutting ceremony. And he goes, my golf course on Turnberry, people love it, people love it. People love Aberdeen as well. People love my golf courses. Seriously, we're paying him and the Republicans to be a pedophile cover-up ring at this point, and so he can promote his freaking golf courses. No wonder his approval rating is 29% amongst independents in the new Gallup poll. Here, play this clip.
There's no place like it. There's no place like Turnberry. It's the best, probably the best course in the world, and I would say Aberdeen is right up there also. Aberdeen's great. And while we're here, I'll be with my son, and he's going to cut a ribbon for the second course at Aberdeen, which is just about equal to the first. I mean, it's going to be a battle. You know, it's, as you know, they're very highly rated. And the second course is great. Sean Connery helped get me the permits. If it weren't for Sean Connery, we wouldn't have those great courses.
So you ever sit down to work and your brain just won't cooperate? That was me for so long. I'd find myself getting distracted, scrolling through social media, just totally unable to focus. Especially with a job like this where I need to stay locked in, productive, creative, and on top of the news. Distractions aren't just annoying, they can derail everything. Then I found Brain FM, and it's been a game changer. Brain FM is an app built for anyone seeking to boost productivity. They create science-backed music that syncs brain patterns, helping you focus better, relax deeper, and sleep easier. I use their deep work and creative modes daily. It's like flipping a switch in my brain. There's even a turbo mode specifically designed for ADHD support. And this isn't hype. Brain FM is the only music company supported by a National Science Foundation grant and just published a peer-reviewed study showing their patented tech improves attention and brainwave synchrony. Unlock your brain's full potential free for 30 days by going to brain.fm/Meidas. That's brain.fm/Meidas. That's MEIDAS for 30 days free.
A reporter then asked Donald Trump if there's anything missing in the UK trade deal. And Donald Trump's like, it's not even really a deal. He goes, it's like a celebration. Here, play this clip.
Can you explain what is missing in the UK deal that you have to work out?
Nothing. We I think it's more of a celebration than a workout. It's a great deal for both. And we're going to have a meeting on other things other than the deal. The deal is concluded.
What do you mean it's like a celebration? What the hell are you talking about? By the way, folks, let me be very clear, okay? Donald Trump has made 0 deals. Do you know how I know he's made 0 deals? Because we haven't seen any of them. Okay, the way deals work is that they're on paper. The terms are listed. We could clearly see them. They're binding. It's signed by both parties. That's the way deals are. So there isn't a deal with the UK. There isn't a deal with Indonesia. There isn't a deal with Vietnam. There isn't a deal with Japan. In fact, the Prime Minister of Japan and their lead trade negotiator, Akazawa, they're all saying there is no binding deal. You know, there's a concept of a deal, but there's nothing binding. Oh, and Japan disagrees with Donald Trump about his so-called tariff. His so-called part of the formula that Donald Trump says that Japan will invest $550 billion and the United States will keep 90% of the profits. That ain't what Japan says. You know how you could settle this once and for all? Have a piece of paper that has the deal that's signed by both parties. They'll never show that to you because this is a Ponzi scheme and it's all going to fall apart. Then Donald Trump has another message for Europe that you have to stop your horrible invasions. He goes, play this clip.
And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe, many countries in Europe. Some people, some leaders have not let it happen. And they're not getting the proper credit they should. I could name them to you right now, but I'm not going to embarrass the other ones. But stop. This immigration is killing Europe. And the other thing, stop the windmills, killing the beauty of your countries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Making remarks. Okay, President Trump there making remarks on the tarmac in Glasgow, Scotland, ahead of a 5-day.
And just so you can see, I think Aaron Rupert did a good job here showing when Donald Trump was asked on July 15th if there was a briefing regarding the Epstein files. He said there was a very quick briefing. And then he was asked on July 25th, today, if there was a briefing with his name in it, and he says, I was never briefed. I mean, to be fair, when Donald Trump was asked the first time back on July 15th, he wasn't asked if he was briefed that his name was in it, but we know that there was a meeting and now we know his name is in it. Duh, his name is in it. Why wouldn't it be? It's all over the files that have already been produced, which I've gone over in multiple videos. But here, play this clip of him. Here, play this clip.
The Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on that.
What? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein.
Okay.
On Epstein, of the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
Did she on your name appearing in the Epstein files ever?
No, I was never briefed. No.
Did you ask House?
By the way, Caroline Levitt was by his side. You can see her right there. She had her $2,300 Ferragamo large star-shaped bag with her today. The meeting wrapped up earlier today between Ghislaine and Maxwell, who the United States rolled out the red carpet to and treated like a freaking ambassador or something, or like a state dignitary. And Donald Trump had his Department of Justice head, Todd Blanche, former criminal defense attorney, meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell said that she had info about 100 different people linked to Jeffrey Epstein, but you heard what Donald Trump said. Connect the dots. Donald Trump said, talk about the other people. Don't talk about Trump. Are you getting what the plan here? Also, a MeidasTouch exclusive, the free Ghislaine Maxwell advocate who's very close friends with Donald Trump. Her name is Jessica Reed Krause. And she's been posting on her social media accounts that high-level White House officials have been talking with her and discussing how to approach Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, this Ghislaine Maxwell influencer was someone who has also been at the White House multiple times. And she was there in February to get the Jeffrey Epstein Phase 1 binder. And there was never a Phase 2. Never a Phase 2 binder. Why? Because Trump's name's all over the frickin' files. And that's why he doesn't want to release it. Now, I'll show you this as well. Fox then had Donald Trump's former speechwriter on, and his name is Thiessen. And he just goes and lies, and he says, you know, the thing about solar and wind, the moment it stops getting sunny and stops getting windy, you lose all your power. So you can't do that. Okay, that's not the way energy storage works. As we wrote on the MeidasTouch account, they take pride in peddling stupidity. Just stop this crap. As I've said before, this isn't a blue state issue or a red state issue or a purple issue or a Democrat issue or a Republican issue. This is a good versus evil issue, and this is a facts versus stupidity issue or lies issue. That's just what it is. But anyway, play this clip.
Ruining your oceans. Stop the windmills.
Is he right? He's 100% right. Look, just so people understand, wind and solar only work when there's wind and sun. We don't have technology to store the energy from wind and solar. So if you make yourself reliant on wind and solar, then if there's no sun and no wind, you get no energy. It's insane. to be making your countries dependent on this. At first, they went from being dependent on Russia for natural gas. Now they're depending on wind and solar. Maybe they ought to do what he's doing and start, producing nuclear energy and drill, baby, drill. That would be smart.
I just think we're all coming around that way, and hopefully the West will follow. They have no choice.
And then finally, here was the Fox report about how jubilant Ghislaine Maxwell and her lawyer was following their meeting with the Trump regime. They're angling for a pardon. They think they may get one. Here, play this clip.
He's got the latest from Washington for us. So, David, what else did Maxwell's attorney say?
Well, he said a lot. We wish we could be in and hear what was said in the actual meeting. This meeting was a lot shorter than it was yesterday, but this was a 2-day event. The highlight, though, it appears that her team wants a pardon. Watch.
We're going to take one day at a time. I know that's very cliche, but it's true because things are happening so quickly. We haven't spoken to the president or anybody about a pardon just yet. And listen, the president this morning said he had the power to do so. We hope he exercises that power in the right and just way.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. Thank you so much for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.